So big crowd enjoying the sun and enjoying the racing. You see some of the local fans supporting some of the big names of the sport. Remember, $50,000 on offer for the winner. But to get there, we have to get through race 2. In race 2, 6 competitors start, going down to just 3. This is where it gets extremely cutthroat. No matter how big the reputation, you cannot afford to let your guard down now. You can see there Alicia Marriott in the blue on the right-hand side next to her. Hayley Baitup, winner of the Coolangatta Gold. Away now in race 2, the order ski, board, swim. Now this transition, getting onto the ski, all important. Let's see how the girls handle it.
It's a bundle of nerves here, but look at the experienced ones go. Cameron on the purple now. The difference in the rating now. It's head down. Let's go. Munro on the yellow, who's been all so good. Now, Gemma Newbigin, as much as she's qualified, and Emma Wynn here, they're just a little bit lighter. They're not as strong as some of the girls. So some of the top strong, good names here is Baitup in the pink, Munro in the yellow, and Cameron on the purple. That's their skis, not their pink cozies, their blue cozies, and their red cozies. But Munro has been working on her transition. To get a lead like that so quickly means she's been working hard at running down the beach and getting going very quickly. That's excellent work.
There's Baitup on screen in the pink ski. Remember, she said that this is the strongest she's ever been at this time of the year after taking out the Coolangatta Gold. Remember, the first time the ladies had the Coolangatta Gold race, and it was Baitup who took out that race, and enormous amount of work involved in preparing for that, and she's carried that through. It's Munro, and it's Munro who led the first race and is again leading the second race as she's about to head towards the first of the Nutri-Grain ski cans, and around she goes. There's Cameron.
What was interesting is the girls were waiting for this race. Baitup and Cameron put on ice jackets. Now this is a vest that's full of ice that keeps the body temperature down. It's very hot here at Coogee Beach. So I'm tipping if she can get through here, Hayley Baitup, she'll be a strong force in the next one because she's got all the endurance. Remember, 3 sprints in a row, you're going to start to need endurance. But this is the one that hurts her the most. The ski, the board, and the swim last. So Baitup is still sitting there in the middle in the pink, but it's Cameron. She starts to make her own from race 2. She comes up next to Munro, but here she is, Hayley Baitup. She still looks comfortable. See, her head's up, the paddle's rotating well. She's starting to look good. But I dare say, if she doesn't get a hurry on now, she's going to have to make a huge move in the board because the swim lets her down. These 2 girls can swim, but I think Cameron will really give it to Munro now so she can set herself up in the mind games. It's mind games now for these 2, not places.
So it's Munro in the yellow, Cameron on the left as they head back towards the transition area. Again, they're about to...
Wave building, Peter, out the back. Wave building.
You're right, Baitup, you can just see there, that will bridge the gap slightly. And there's Baitup keeping her eyes nice and focused on the front of the skis as Cameron chases Munro around the back of the beach.
You could feel it as they were running up that hill there, the Travelator. Their calves will be hurting now, but Munro's not giving an inch to Cameron.
Look at Munro, she cannot afford to lose her concentration. They're heading towards the board leg. Another critical transition to get onto the boards cleanly. Baitup coming through. Remember, we're only taking now the top 3 through.
And it was Baitup currently sitting in 3rd. But behind her is Newbigin and Alicia Marriott and Emma Wynn. Now, Emma Wynn and Alicia Marriott are possibly the 2 fastest swimmers. And Alicia Marriott is really going for it here. She's going to have to give us something. Oh! Now that's what it can do, the Coogee Shorter. It wasn't much, but that would have taken so much out of Hayley Baitup. She's smart though. She dove off and held onto a board. Lucky she's strong enough because if she let go of the board, she would have been gone.
Let's have a look at just exactly what lead they have. There's Munro back out. She's now established the best part of 40 metres. So as they came through the arch, it was Munro, Cameron, Baitup, Newbigin and Marriott. Only the top 3 going through. So as we know, Bait Up is holding down that position, but she's got some very, very young and very, very strong swimmers on her toes. It'll be difficult for Bait Up to break away here because it's very easy to stay with a competitor on the board.
Well, on the board, it puts off a nice wash to the side. Now, she's laying down, so she's safe. Now she goes back to the knees. Now, she's putting her nose on the side of Newbiggin in the blue Cossies board. Now, just off the handles there, it puts off a little wash. It also puts one off the back where Alicia Marriott will just sit. It creates a little bit of a wave.
So Cameron going around now in second. That's where our race is, though. That's Bait Up on her knees. Well, she's in trouble. She's in trouble now, Harley Batter, because one of those girls, only one of those girls will go through. And Bait Up has allowed them to catch them. Now, can she swim them in the third leg? We'll have to wait and see, but she's put herself in a very precarious position.
Well, because one doesn't go before. Anyway, that's the sums. They're not going to catch these two, okay? Munro and Cameron will either fox around and save energy or try and use a mind game, as we've talked about. But these four, only one fits into that. And I dare say that Marriott is going to try and bust them in the swim.
When you're racing at carnival level on a board, you're trying to do about 65 to 70 strokes a minute. That's just in a board race, and that's what Munro's doing now in the middle of this Ironwoman marathon event. With 3 short course races, she hasn't taken the foot off the pedal since the start of the day. As we've said, there is the threat, though, that she runs out of gas in the big money race. A wave now building behind Cameron. As you can see, it won't be enough to break, or will it? Cameron now pushing very, very hard to try and bridge that gap against Munro. Digging deep. Well, this could she
Cameron will go past her. She'll just go past her. She's got so much more speed. Munro off the back. It was all about keeping boat speed. Cameron did not let it rest. No wonder she's a champion. She did that so easy. Now let's see what she does up this travelator. Will she give it some? Yeah. She won't look behind once, this girl. Stay focused, but...
Cameron, remember, she's on a hat trick.